This is the Dalek Emperor. Welcome to the review of Doctor Who, The Apocalypse Element. Please stand by, relax, as this is going to be a big finish review. And you will listen to us, you will obey, or you will be exterminated. And now, let us begin.
Hello, good morning. From Gallifrey, from Skaro to wherever you are. Hello, this is Matt here of the Vid-Ography podcast. And first of all, this is a special podcast. If you've just heard the special recording for the Dalek Emperor, well, thank you so much, Mr. Emperor, for introducing this review. So, first of all, the last time I did a Big Finish podcasting review was Ravenous 4, and it went down very well on here. So, first of all, this is a special treat for me doing this because, first of all, by the time this is premiered, it will be my birthday because this is a special podcast release for my birthday, which is coming up. So it's strange, isn't it? I'm recording this in the past, ready for debuting then. So let's get on with it. The Apocalypse Element, to my knowledge, was first of all, at the time of release, Big Finish hadn't had the rights to the modern era, and this was described as another stepping stone into the beginning of the Time War. The Time War, which has also been layered and seeded in the foundations since Genesis of the Daleks, which was credited on screen, of course, as being the first stepping stone towards it. And this audio was the closest at the time with the rights for the license that they could get towards it. So the Apocalypse Element, because it's such a huge chunk story, and I'm in the firm belief that you should listen to it on your own accord. Oh, excuse me. I'm just trying to think for a second. Yes, because what makes the Apocalypse Element so special is it is the continuing adventures at this point of the Sixth Doctor, played by Colin Baker, and the wonderfully wordsmith known as Evelyn Smythe, played by Maggie Staples, who just oozed so much into her performance. A historian companion who has just at this point met Mary Queen of Scots, the Brigadier, and now is about to meet another face from the past, Romana, specifically Romana Travachalunda II, played by Lala Ward. I hope I said that right, because it sometimes when I'm pronouncing names of characters I've listened to, I try my best to keep as accurate as possible to those characters. For me, the Apocalypse Element is a must. Not only are the Daleks menacing, it was like an invasion of Gallifrey. And the invasion of Gallifrey aspect is what intrigues me, that Big Finish through them to trying to conquer it before that aspect ever came onto the TV series. Because it was a couple of years, I believe, with hold on, let me just quickly check the dating again for it. Don't worry, I've got my phone with me just to help out here. I know what you're thinking. A researcher should always research. Hang on a minute. By connection. Here we go. Yes, 2000. So it was 5 years. I knew it was around the 2000 mark, but I just wanted to be accurate. So in the year 2000, we have the Dalek Squad. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I've drawn a blank for a second here. So yeah, because I was reading the synopsis. So the Daleks are, as I said, menacing. and it was a unique time for Big Finish because you had both Nicholas Briggs and Alistair Locke doing the voices in it. And to me, because it's such a beautifully crafted story, I honestly believe it is worth a listen to for any fan of Colin Baker's Doctor. Because the earlier stuff from the main range might seem heavy chunk, like heavy character driven, but to me it fits so perfectly. By this time with Evelyn, he's just started rolling into like his best friend. For me, it's just magnificent to hear this is not the end of like a one-time deal of Romana meeting the Doctor, because she will meet this version multiple times later on down the road, but this is the first time she sees that face, and I quite like it. Well, first face at the time, because you never know with time travel in like a show like Doctor Who, especially in the audio medium. For me, I would put this as highly as one of the best Dalek stories. And I'm so sorry that my brain is a bit frazzled. It is 8 in the morning of recording. Well, oh, sorry, gosh, 15 past 8. And I just want to say that if you're just getting into Big Finish and you want to start easy, as I say, like, the apocalypse element is worth it. And I can honestly say, for me, it's got not only just an amazing cast that's looking at it was one of the unique things, because Colin's Doctor started off with a brand new original companion. Well, I say he started off because I know Perry's come into it beforehand. I mean, he started off with this being his first original companion, should I say? And by this time, 3 episodes down the line, you feel like they've been traveling together for ages. And that's what works brilliantly. Is not only is it the sarcastic humor, the playful banter, the appreciation of each other, the Doctor and Evelyn come to grow to respect each other, care for each other. And in some aspects, she has been described and viewed as the closest you would ever get to the Doctor's grandmother, purely because she makes lots of chocolate cakes, her knitting, and her interest of history is not too dissimilar to his. Difference is Evelyn wants to go where the history is, where the Doctor wants to go where history is, but sometimes he can't help it. Sometimes he gets involved as usual, typical Doctor. But yeah, and this is also the first time Evelyn will meet the Daleks, but not the last time she sees the Daleks, because of course, Jubilee is where they catch up with them again from a story aspect, and that was written by the incredible Rob Shearman. Now, I haven't listened to it, and the reason I haven't listened to it is because I'm just in the process of collecting more of the stories, and I am busy with the Divergent arc at the minute for the 8th Doctor, Charlie and Carey's. Hopefully, by the time of this recorded release, I will be nearly halfway through Charlie and Carey's story arc, because I'm currently on Face Sealer, which I paused to do this recording. For me, sometimes a review is like the positive aspects of everything, because I much prefer on that. And to me, I have no fault for the story. It is an incredible audio masterpiece, from the sound design of the effects to the beautiful casting. It makes you feel like it should have been on screen because of how magnificent everyone is in it. It was directed well. It was acted well. I can't fault it. This is a difficult story to find any faults in for me, purely because it brought together so many elements I liked. I mean, Romana, President Romana, of course, by her official job title at this point, that really threw me because I'd heard a lot about her being the president of Gallifrey. And when I finally listened to a few of her stories, including this one, it amazed me that Romana got not only out of E-Space, but she managed to somehow become like the boss of Gallifrey, and that I don't think that would have ever happened if it weren't for her magnificent travels with the Doctor and her departure back in Warrior's Gate. So my hats off to Big Finish as they are incredible, amazing for developing these stories, and they're still going on. I still need like the support at the minute, purely because in this like cuckoo land that we're all swamped in, the audios and binging are getting me through so much, and I've been revisiting all of these worlds. I know people might think, like, what's your best part? What's your worst? For me, honestly, Apocalypse Element is just too good to fault. I mean, it was written by Stephen Cole, directed by Nicholas Briggs. So you've already got people that have a massive understanding of the Daleks inside out, and who better than the voice of the Daleks himself, to know the ins and outs of them, to like get into like the different vocal patterns. Because what I've always admired about Mr. Briggs is, say it's like the Dalek Emperor, say it's the Dalek Time Controller, say it's the Supreme Dalek. He treats every voice like, even though it's a similar, like either booming or high-pitched voice, he tries so hard to make each Dalek different from the last, because you can always tell what the standard Dalek sounds like when he does it, like the really high-pitched ones. But when it's like the bosses, the ones in charge of the Daleks, he can deepen their voices and make them screech like banshees all over the place. And to me, I think that's the incredible part of Big Finish. Now let me read the synopsis properly, because I started reading it, but I go. So when the planet Architrace is threatened. Oh, sorry, let me do that again. I did that too quick. When the planet Architrace is threatened by a Dalek assault squad, the Doctor and Evelyn become embroiled in an ever-deepening mystery. What has become of President Romana? Missing for 20 years. What lurks in the vast gravity wells of Architrace? What is the secret of the ancient element that Daleks are synthesizing? And how does Gallifrey feature in the plans? The Doctor finds that if his oldest enemies cannot conquer the universe, they will watch it go up in flames. Yes, and to me, the beautifulness, as I say, I'm with this story is so much as on the go to find Romana because she's missing. And when she's reunited with the Doctor, it's special hearing Colin Baker and Lala Ward's like vocal patterns meet. It must have been a blast in like the studio when they did it, because for me, I've loved listening to Evelyn, who it can prove that age is but a number, and she redefined that older companions can work. Never judge someone by their age, judge them as the personality that they are. And to me, though they had clashes at first, I think when the time came for Evelyn's character to depart from the Doctor's world later on, yes, I am quite aware she does depart the TARDIS. It was devastated him. But to me, I do miss their dynamic. And as soon as I say I've finished with my Charlie and Carey's listens, I'm going to start listening to Evelyn again, because I started to, and I just think it's just wonderful, Maggie Stables, when she played the role. I know it has been some years now since she passed, and I remember that year very well. But to me, she's never gone. Don't ever think anyone is ever gone. They are in mind, spirit, and plus I've got all these audios just to remind me how wonderful she meant to so many people. Of being like traveling on the TARDIS crew. And I think what was incredible the most as well is she gets to meet Colin's first companion that was on the TV screen, Mel Bush. And the threads that they all have at Big Finish, where you get these companions meeting, the ones that were designed purely for audio and the ones designed on telly. When the worlds collide, that is something special. So if I was to rate the Apocalypse element, it's 10 out of 10 all the time. Sometimes I do struggle a bit with like describing the audio mediums because I'm literally envisioning it as I speak. So as well, because I could just imagine the Sixth Doctor dashing around on Gallifrey trying to stop the Daleks. Also, trying to find Romana as well, and also Evelyn just being. I think for me, it would have been such an awe moment for this stuff on the TV, but I'm just so happy that they continue amazing content. I have a companion chronicle with Evelyn that I'm going to re-listen to as well at some point. I'm also going to think about getting some of the short trips because I've got a couple of them, but I want some more of like the Charlie stuff because the beauty of the short trips is she could probably go back and forth with her doctors because yes, she does travel between both Colin Baker's and Paul McGann's. Even though Paul's hers first, there was specific reasons why she's with Colin Baker, but I'm not going to say those unless you listen to like the stories. But please go to www.bigfinish.com. I know that seems like a plug, but it truly is. They do so much for every fandom, from Doctor Who to Blake Seven to Dark Shadows to the Omega Factor. I mean, they've got a box set of the Wizard of Oz of all things, but yeah. So by the time you've also gotten to this, this will be strange for me looking at this video because I'm still 23 now, but by the time this video comes out, I will be 24, and and it'll be bonkers because I'm trying now to plan these things for advance for like premieres and everything, and plus as well in May, I'm just still lining up the first interview here for like the channel. I'm just literally waiting to finalize it. So I can't wait to share details on that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be doing these more on a laid back format as well. I know this might feel like a rush to people when it comes out, but to me, it's just important to focus on the positives. And to me, Apocalypse Element is not only key to the stepping stones of the Time War, it just proves how magnificent Colin Baker is as the Doctor. And you hear the stories of how Big Finish took his Doctor and redefined him. The same can be said for Paul McGann. And I just think there's an incredible team, incredible staff, incredible writers and actors working every single day or week, even now going on to bring us amazing content. So thank you, Big Finish. And I do look forward to doing more of these, but as I say, audio medium, I do struggle a bit describing it because there's so much going on. And even if I wrote it down, I would still struggle trying to read it because I'd left back at my own writing, even if it was on a Microsoft Word document. But all in all, I could just, it's so hard to describe this audio without spoiling it. I know what people will probably say, but the audio is now 20 years old. Yeah, can you believe it? This summer, this audio I'm describing is 20 years old. And I was about, I was doing the math. 4 years old, I think. Yeah, 4 years old when this came out. No, no, sorry, scratch that. I tell a lie. I was about. Oh, sorry. Now this is me like working out my own age here at this time of the morning, because I am 24 next week. 24 to 14. Yeah, I would have been just I would have been at the end of being 4. The month I would have been 5. Yes, I would have just turned 5 in 2000. Don't judge me on my math skills, please. I'm trying to remember. But all in all, thank you so much for being here. There will be a lot more on here. I do promise. So yeah, I'm going to try and do more news stuff as well on here when I can do as well. Because don't forget, tonight is the NHS clap. Well, by the time this is out, it won't probably be in the right time link for this. But hey, tonight is the clap for the NHS, and as well, it will be the big night in, which I'm looking forward to covering tonight here anyway. So it's going to feel weird when this comes out and premiered that I'm talking about something in the past and future time travel, also known as technology. But hey ho, I better get on and speak to you all soon. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to helping grow the channel a bit more. All right, speak soon. Bye bye.